Welcome, Divine. Welcome. All right, so we are right back, and we are here with the Divine Masculine. Yes, so let's see what our dominant Divine Masculine energy is up to. And remember, we embody both. But there are those in the world that could be male or female who have that dominant Divine Masculine energy. But understand that this Divine Masculine reading is for all of us with masculine energy in us. And right now, the masculine energy is dominating what's happening in the physical world, which is why we need to know what's happening with our masculine energy for us as individuals and those who are walking around in our lives who have that dominant masculine energy. So it's really good to look into this. We also are going to talk for a limited amount of time because, the upload is crazy here. And then you guys can join me. Click down below. We have an extended spot where you'll get the extended of the Divine Feminine, the extended of the Divine Masculine. You'll get a bonus karmic. You'll also get spiritual psychic gifts has began, and it's all in there. And I think that's how deja vu, dreams, and the numbers are connected to manifestation. There was an initial price that was completely wrong. Absolutely not. $3 gets you in the party. It's just for processing. And it has all the extendeds in there. This is about ascending. This is about ascending. And we do what we got to do to get there. The divine will not be stopped when it comes to delivering the message. So absolutely, we will go. When this cuts off, I will meet you down in the spot. Generation Gold. Let's get right in with the Divine Masculine energy, who is really dominating what's happening on the physical plane. I know that specifically because if you just watched the Divine Feminine reading with the 888 lifestyle change with the Divine Feminine, then this right here is going to let you see that mirroring and how it is all connected. And you get to see what union is about. Union is unionizing the energies in ourselves, and it also unionizes us with those dominant energies automatically. It's just like, it's a natural thing. So right now we're looking at what's going on with the Divine Masculine. So you know how I was looking, I didn't know why I was led to look at the structure of how the reading was showing up. Well, this shows up 2 cards fell out together. Then it's 1 card coming out, which is the middle card, which is the same card that you will discover that the Divine Feminine started out in. So, and then we have a single card coming out at the end, which is actually the Tower ending with the Divine Masculine, but it's so good. So we start out with the Divine Masculine energy coming up, and it starts out in that 11th position, which you will know whenever you go to the extended of the Divine Feminine and check it out. You will know exactly what this is about, because that is kind of like that ending position of the Divine Feminine when we went in deeper to discover what was going on and pulling additional cards for the Divine Feminine and that extended. So this is where the Divine Masculine is starting out. It's starting out with the broom. So when you actually look at that broom in the Lenormand cards that we're using, and I like to actually look and see what it is that they are actually talking about when we start out initially. And then, of course, we get our intuitive. We are divinely guided around here. Divinely guided. So we start out, and it's like, so what is it? The Lenormand actually looks at this placement, and they go, okay, dismissive, brush off, kinky sex, questionable sexual orientation. And it's just like, Okay, okay. What is this? Well, when we intuitive look at this, we look at the broom, okay? And we see that the divine masculine, it comes out with two. It also comes out with what will be represented more of the emperor position of the divine masculine in the traditional tarot. And it comes, and that's that dependable, ideal, honorable type of a male energy. So we're like, okay, that's that dependable masculine energy when we go he. So it's like, why are these together? And it's no longer sweeping this stuff up under the rug. See, the divine masculine energy has swept a lot up under the rug, and that's not living in that truth, which means that presenting one way, but really having up under the rug. And you guys, it's so interesting because whenever that sexual orientation comes out, it's like somebody's truth is coming out about their sexual orientation. Absolutely stand in truth here. Not only that, and it's just like the what I mentioned in the divine feminine reading, that this goes back to the readings that we had before, because you see it's in line. See, the divine knows exactly what the divine is doing. So you're on a series and you know ahead of time what's going down, so you're prepared. And a lot of you are recognizing that. And I'll receive your emails or I'll receive your notes, and it's just like, hey, I did not know what that motion was going to be, and then it showed up in my life. But then you're like knocking it out of the park. Like these illusions are not taking you down, because you know exactly what's going on, because the divine cues in the divine. That's the whole point of being the divine. That's the gift. Why I say you have a gift, and it doesn't feel like a gift. Something should feel like a gift here. So this is sweeping all of that stuff, sweeping everything up under the rug. Just really see, and look, you can even see the shadows in kind of like the closet area of this, and it's just like having everything to where they hadn't necessarily, and it's shining kind of like in this crystal ball view with the light coming into it, and that lets us know that they are all of that. It's like that deep, darker side of the divine masculine they are addressing. And they're recognizing that that is what's keeping them from being that dependable, honorable masculine that they have wanted to be. It's like they were living this one life, you know, and they were acting as if they were more of that honorable person. But those things that they kept swept away are the things that kept them not necessarily standing in their truth and living the life that they desire to live. So you masculines are recognizing, and these are the dominant masculines and feminine, and dominant masculines and a male energy, the body of the man. And then we also have then we also have those feminine in your masculine energy. You're letting that stuff come on out, and you're not fearing it anymore. It's almost no shame. And what I'm getting is no shame. No shame in the pain. No shame in the things that have led you into disgraceful spaces. And I'm getting really that double dealing. And your divine masculine is having a change when it comes to anger, because in these spaces it kept them living that double dealing that's coming up. It's almost like I'm having to present this way, be this way, show up that way. And this is why a lot of you who have been in those third party situations, and this is why we're also going into those karmic readings as well, because the karmic readings aren't bad. That's what we're here to clear. We're here to clear the darkness. And we do that by transforming it, by seeing it all in different lights and different perspectives, and speaking it in different ways from the divine way in view of it. We light it up. And we're strong enough to handle that. And we're recognizing that karmic impression isn't just in one specific person. That karmic expression is in those who are around us, those that we love, those that we interact with the most, and really understanding those energies when it shows up. And that it's really just about transforming things to a better way, seeing in a better way, live in a better way. And the divine feminine and the divine masculine are the leaders in that. So those who are in those karmic cycles, and those who have had like third-party situations, this is the understanding as to why the divine masculine was able to do those third-party situations. The divine masculine energy was able to do those third-party situations because there was this piece of who the divine masculine was that was swept away. And then there was this other piece of who the divine masculine was, and who they desired to be, but they were confused. I think we hit it. They were confused. And it's almost like if I keep these things swept away, then I present to be that honorable person. And then I will also keep swept away this person who I feel aligns with this. And then I will present with this person who I feel aligns with this. So they were needing people for their doubleness. It's like doublemint almost. It's like, hey, I have this nature that I am and this nature that I'm showing up at. So I have this person to go with this person and this person to go with that person. And there's no way of living in that. There's no way of living in that double dealing and that splitsville. And it kept them in the argumentative space between them and them. Them and them was a heavy argumentative space. And it showed up with other people because they were in this tornado, you know? So it's like when they're dealing with other people, it's like, you're pulling for this nature of me, but I'm in this nature today. Like, why are you acting like this? You know? So you divine masculine, you are probably like really, it's like this wake-up call, and what they're recognizing is that the people that they've assigned to this and the people that they've assigned to that are also mixed match, because they weren't clear on what presented them to be that honorable masculine. So they actually created situations of it just is really just fake. You know, it's just really fake and falseness, and they are really waking up to what's going on. They're like, look, this shouldn't be in the closet. Sex is supposed to be good, and I am supposed to stand into my own sexual orientation, and I am not supposed to be brushing off the things that make me feel good and the things that I desire and I love. That shouldn't be in the closet. And the things that I am presenting that doesn't give me joy, that should not be in the forefronts of my life and what I'm guiding my decisions behind. And once they're aligning, that is what allows them to present as that honorable person. And see, with that 28, we're getting 2 plus 8. So that is putting us into that 10, which is that ending and that beginning for that divine masculine. And we know that this is so because the divine masculine, there's a transition space, and the transition space between this card, which is considered to be more of the emperor of the masculine, transitions down to the single space. And see, we know the masculine is leading in the energy because it's starting out with that double imprint, which is really, really heavy. And you'll see whenever we were working with the feminine, how things were a little bit different. So this is actually just showing us kind of how it's working, how they're kind of neck and neck, because we go down into the 35, which is a 3 plus 5, which is the 8. And this shows us that this is the motion that the divine masculine energy is making to happen. But how they're going about doing it is what we just received in the steps to end. And that middle card is that anchor, which came out heavy in the divine feminine, which is also that 8. And you remember I went in heavy with that, and I said the anchor is laying on top of the feminine. What is this about, you know? And when we were talking about the dominant feminine energy, then that lifting, it shows up in the divine masculine as that's what they're going into, which is they're going more into, they're anchoring into their feminine energy, which is allowing them to be connected so they can understand that the things that feel good are the things that they should live. And that they don't have to hide away the things that make them feel good, because it causes them to do kind of darker things that makes them feel good. It's weird. They're recognizing that they get caught up into all this other stuff because they're denying themselves just everyday pleasures they should have. Like, I should align with the people that feel good to me. I should be into the things that feel good to me. I should say who I am and be who I am and be who I want, and that'll feel good to me. So I don't need all that pseudo stuff that I'm getting that would create those faker feelings of feeling good with the masculine energy. So they're anchoring into their feminine side, their feminine energy side, which is balancing that divine feminine, divine masculine. The divine masculine dominants are balancing that within themselves. So they're anchoring into that feminine, because you see that feminine coming up out of the sand, and that is putting them in that 8 position. That is the process of them moving into that more honorable position. And we know that because whenever you do the linking of that position down to this position, it goes into that dependable guy. That is what the Lenormand looks at it. It's like, this is a transitional position of that dependable guy, that settled husband, that hard worker. And it's like, what? But all that stuff was swept up under the broom, and it's just like, yeah. And the way they're transitioning that is they're anchoring into their feminine side. So they're no longer looking at their feminine as being that external version of their feminine, and then they walk around just all masculined up. They're recognizing, okay, so I got to embody some of the feminine versus... And I'm getting like a ration of that energy from the feminine. Just give me some of what you got. Just stand in there for me. They're recognizing they have to embody that the same way that the divine feminine, when you check out that reading and that extended, is recognizing that they have to embody their masculine energy to handle their businesses and take care of their platforms and make sure they set their boundaries. The divine masculine is doing the same thing. We have to get out of here. We are running over time, and we hadn't even finished this initial. So yes, see what I mean? But we are not going to be delaying uploads. You guys are going to get the information. So meet me in the extended, the golden mission. The golden mission is union within self and union with others. See you in a bit.